Papasquatjon. Go! We're going to listen to something a little bit different right now. This is Bright Eyes. I've heard of Bright Eyes. I'm sure I've even heard Bright Eyes. Could not tell you a single song that they've made. They were not a band that I ever followed. This came out in 1999. The song is called Neely O'Hara, which makes me think of the Who's song, Baba O'Reilly. This was sent in by JJESL, so J. Jessel, I don't know, who sent in some money and said, you should check this song out. And I hope I have the right thing. This is what came up when I searched for what you sent me. Bright Eyes is an American indie rock band founded by singer-songwriter and guitarist Connor Oberst. I've always liked that name. It consists of Oberst, multi-instrumentalist and producer Mike Mogis, who is the producer on this particular song we're going to listen to, Neely O'Hara, composer and trumpet and piano player Nate Walcott, and a rotating lineup of collaborators drawn primarily from Omaha's indie music scene. Ah, yes, the exciting Omaha music scene. I have no idea. It probably is. Between 1998 and 2011, the band's albums were released through Saddle Creek Records, a Nebraska-based label founded by Justin Oberst, Connor's brother, and Mogis. Interesting. In January 2020, the band announced their return, having signed with Dead Oceans. What do they have? Members. It doesn't really say anything about their style other than it's an indie rock band. They do samples, because I noticed down here, sorry I'm moving around, on members Mike Mogis, he's a guitarist, banjo, mandolin, pedal steel, dulcimer, dobro, organ, bass, percussion, keyboards, programming, and samples. So looks like there is going to be some sampling going on here potentially. And yeah, I really don't know what this is going to sound like other than it's an indie rock band, so it's not really going to be hip hop. I'm okay with that. Let's check it out. Bright Eyes, Neely O'Hara. This is 6 minutes and 22 seconds. Oh my god, it's so long. I have lyrics over here. I'll bring those over as well. Like I said, this came out in 1999. This track is titled after the character Neely O'Hara from the original chick lit novel Valley of the Dolls. The novel tells the story of three women working in the entertainment industry, each affected differently by the spotlight, and how they are perceived as people, and the influence of being in the public eye causes enormous damage to all three characters. One who comes close to wrecking her life, another who takes her own life, and Neely, whose life is left a wreck. Predominantly addicted to sleeping pills, Neely is also given stimulating addictive pharmaceuticals she calls dolls. Her life becomes reliant on the dolls. She can't sleep without a pill and can't get through the day without another one. She takes them recklessly, and by the end of the book she has lost her sense of self entirely, and destroyed her dreams of being a famous star by means of drug-addled behavior and impulsivity. Therefore, this song is clearly an explanation of an affinity that Connor feels with the characters. Therefore, this song is clearly an explanation of an affinity, in that he can relate to the physical and cognitive and emotional changes that take hold as one becomes more dependent on pills. I assume Connor Oberst had an issue with some substance abuse. I have no idea. But let's check this out. Bright Eyes, Neely O'Hara. Sorry, I should also say, oh yeah, Jessel. Jessel. Love it. By the way, if you don't think it's possible to just throw up water, yeah, you can do that. I have done it many, many times. When I was drinking, just before I stopped drinking, every morning I would wake up and start coughing and blah. And if I drank water to try and stop from coughing. Blah, it was so much fun. Drinking is very bad for you.
And your skin, it turns a pale, pale yellow. Well, every day you lose more color. Do you think that someone paints your mirror? Do you think that someone paints your mirror? And you think that things sound different at the time when you speak. The vision's much clearer than these blurs that you see. And like Neely O'Hara, you swallow your sleep, and you wake up in the morning to find out you are not who you are not who you used to be.
I'm just thinking here, you just about those lyrics. You swallow your sleep, so take a pill to fall asleep and wake up in the morning to find out you are not who you used to be. That's not my experience. I wasn't addicted to I was addicted to alcohol. I wasn't addicted to any other sort of drug, right? And I think you are still you, and you still are sort of who you used to be, but you just don't care. And I think that's the real problem. Like, maybe if you got out of being addicted, if you got out of the abuse that you're doing, you might be able to find your way back to being more like who you were. But I think one of the big problems I didn't realize I had while I was drinking was that I just did not care about the consequences of what I was doing. I mean, that part of your brain just doesn't work as well because you don't care about consequences. I mean, think of the stupid things you do when you're not completely sober, and you do those things because the consequences aren't significant to you in the same way as they are as when you're not using. So to find out you're not who you used to be, no, you're still that same person, you just don't care. And I think that's why so many drugs are so dangerous, is because it impairs that part of your reasoning ability. I guess that would be the super ego, the part of you that controls, like, makes you reasonable. Anyway, I think the song sounds really cool. I like the sort of going on in the background. It gives it kind of a not dreamlike, but almost like a time traveling sort of weird sense of like a warped sense of time. I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's a very cool sounding song.
You don't recognize behavior or the spelling of your name, and the shape that's in the mirror. You swear it's not the same. And like Neely O'Hara, you swallow your sleep, and you really can't remember, but you know you are not thinking.
Yeah, and the no you are not, no you are not, like there was a little bit of that earlier too. I mean, it's definitely supposed to be getting across sort of that pain and frustration of the worst portions of dealing with being in that state, right? Where you just break down and lose it, and maybe you're partially honest with yourself, or as honest as you can be with yourself, and you just scream and cry and just, I mean, exactly that sound, like breakdown.
I left little pauses so that you could repeat after me, all right? Yeah, okay. So, конечно, пожалуйста.
So I'm pretty sure that's Russian that she's speaking there, and I don't know what the end of that song is supposed to be doing for the rest of the song, other than being slightly confusing. I'm not sure why to include that, what it says about the rest of the song, what it adds to it. No idea. No idea. I would be actually curious to find out from these guys why they included all of that at the end. I can't even guess. I like that a lot. In fact, I probably would like a lot of Bright Eyes stuff, and I'm pretty sure Bright Eyes was another darling of Bob Boilen and the NPR crew, much like the Decemberists, who, God, I could never hear another mention of the Decemberists, and I would be happy just because Bob Boilen was addicted to them for years. Anyway, no more complaining about NPR. This was very good. I thought it was. I enjoyed it. I like the music. I like a lot of indie music, so this sounded great. And I'll be back with some more Papa Squat. Check it out. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Bye.